Located in the hub that links Asia, Africa, and Europe, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia sits on the key intersection of the Silk Road economic belt and the 21st century maritime Silk Road. In Riyadh, the country's capital city, publicity boards of the Vision 2030 initiative are everywhere, outlining the future of a modern country.
The Belt and Road has been key and monumental for the kingdom. I remember both during President Xi Jinping visit and His Majesty the King and Crown Prince visit. We've had more than 3-4 visits already in the past 7 years since the launch of Vision 2030.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is the first Arabian country that Chinese President Xi Jinping had visited since taking office as the Chinese leader. During the historic visit in January 2016, the two countries agreed to further synergize development strategies and deepen cooperation within the framework of the joint construction of the Belt and Road. 3 months later, Saudi Arabia announced its Vision 2030 initiative as the major oil exporter looked to reduce dependence on its pillar industry and diversify its economy. Helped by the efforts to jointly build the Belt and Road Initiative, the country embarked on a journey of historic transformation.
And there were moments where we have clarified that the Belt and Road Initiative is key to a prosperous world in partnership with China.
Having the Saudi West Coast on the Maritime Silk Road puts all those cities at the West Coast at a unique position to connect the three worlds with China. So Africa, Asia, and Europe can be connected through this.
Since ancient times, the Red Sea on Saudi Arabia's west coast has been a major transportation route on the maritime Silk Road. Today, Saudi Arabia is seeking to become a center for international trade, tourism, and investment. On the shores of the Red Sea, China and Saudi Arabia are working together to build a city of the future in the desert. The Red Sea New City, a key project of the two countries' green cooperation, will be 100% powered by clean energy. In a photovoltaic plant built by Chinese companies, stand over 4,000 lines of neatly placed photovoltaic panels, which will supply renewable energy to the new city 24 hours a day. Chinese companies have also designed cleaning robots for these facilities.
والله أنا أعرف أن الصين رائدة في هذا المجال. ورائدة عالميا في هذا المجال وعندها قدرة في الطاقة المتجددة والتكنولوجيا الخضراء وهي أكبر منتج في العالم للألواح الشمسية وللألواح الشمسية وتوربينات الرياح.
Isa, a Saudi youngster, is proud to join a Chinese company after graduation and participate in the construction of the Red Sea New City's public infrastructure. He is amazed by China's green and digital technologies. In the vast desert, multiple artificial wetlands form a disposal plant, which will recycle sewage of the whole city. Among the 22 islands, China-made submarine robots are working under the sea, laying a massive transmission network that measures 10,000 kilometers in total length. The Red Sea New City stands as a vivid example of how Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 has been synergized with the Belt and Road Initiative.
هي رائدة جدا في هذه الأمور، فهذا وأنا مثل ما قلت لك قبل إنه أنتم عندكم الخبرة وإحنا عندنا الأرض، فنقدر نتكاتف ونتعاون مع بعض ننجز مدن عظيمة.
During his 2019 visit to China, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud announced the inclusion of the Chinese language as part of the curriculum at all levels of education in his country, generating a fever for the Chinese language, as well as a keen interest in Chinese culture in its own way of modernization. In December 2022, when President Xi Jinping made the decision to revisit Saudi Arabia, more than 100 Chinese language enthusiasts and learners from the nation
没想到习主席那么忙，还能读到我们的信，更没想到还能给我们回信。这对我来说是巨大的荣幸，更是一件值得一生珍藏的宝贵记忆。
Ahmed Suleiman Salim Al-Khifani is a student majoring in Chinese at King Abdulaziz University. He is a winner of Saudi Arabia's first Chinese Bridge Chinese Proficiency Competition. In his reply to Saudi Arabia's Chinese language learners, President Xi said he was sincerely glad that the youth have learned about a colorful, multidimensional, and comprehensive China by learning Chinese and participating in the Chinese Bridge Exchange Program. He also encouraged the younger generation to make new contributions to the friendship between the Chinese and Saudi Arabian people, as well as between the Chinese and the Arab people.
我想去中国看看，像习主席说的那样，了解丰富多彩、全面立体的中国。
Not long after, President Xi made a second state visit to Saudi Arabia, 6 years after his first visit. As the special plane entered Saudi Arabia's airspace, it was escorted by 4 fighter jets from the Royal Saudi Air Force, which trailed colored smoke in red and yellow, colors of China's national flag, in the highest standard reception for the most honored guest from China. President Xi expressed China's support for Saudi Arabia's major development initiatives and the willingness to participate in the Middle Eastern country's industrialization process and help its economic diversification. The leaders of the two countries also attended the ceremony for exchanging documents on synergizing the Belt and Road Initiative and Vision 2030. During the visit, the Chinese leader was conferred with an honorary doctorate from the King Saud University to highlight his great achievements in governing China, as well as his important contribution to the friendship and cooperation between the two nations.
中国共产党将以中国式现代化全面推进中华民族伟大复兴，并以中国新发展为包括沙特在内的世界各国提供新机遇。中方与同沙方在实现民族振兴的道路上携手前进，推动中沙全面战略伙伴关系得到更大的发展。
In history, China and Saudi Arabia were linked by the busy commerce on the Silk Road. Today, as the two countries jointly build the Belt and Road Initiative, they have achieved fruitful cooperation across a wide spectrum, from public infrastructure projects at the Red Sea to the Jazan Industrial Cluster, from 5G communication to lunar exploration, from joint archaeological surveys to cultural exchanges. The millennia-old friendship is now injecting fresh vitality to this desert of prosperity.